because this man's future is incredibly bright. Obviously, what we've seen him do over the last couple of years, where he transfers from JMU, goes to Indiana with Coach Cignetti, becomes a multiple-time All-Big Ten player. Now he's a national champion. We can't wait to see who drafts him in the NFL. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us, linebacker Aiden Fisher.
Yay!
Aiden, how you doing, buddy?
Good. How you guys doing?
Watch out for these trees, Aiden. I don't know if you've heard. There's a chance these things are going to
I'm hearing them.
Yeah. Well, don't.
Floating up north, man.
Okay. All right. Stay south, maybe. Go train down south. Congratulations on winning the national championship. You made some huge plays, obviously, in that game down there, but your team seemingly always perfect, fundamentally sound. That's how we talked about your defense. You guys obviously heard the outside noise about how perfect and attention to detail your defense was, and did you take pride in that? Why do you think that was kind of your guys' MO throughout the entirety?
Yeah, I think for us, everybody talks about, the misfits thing and nobody's really the fastest or the biggest, the strongest or anything. But, we just do all the little things right. And then when it comes down to those little details that you talk about, I think that was kind of like the separating factors in a lot of these games where, we came out, on top. But, it's just a bunch of guys that just really wanted to win. Even when I first came here, just a really good mix of guys that just want to win and are hungry for wins. We just kind of got the intangibles that were made up of the right things.
Yeah, it was fun to watch your team. I like the way you guys celebrated together. I like the way you played together. I love the way Sig operated. I think you guys got a celebration coming on Saturday down there in Bloomington. Excited for the city to kind of show you love and your state show you love. Can you talk to me about, Fernando wasn't able to really go as much as he had the previous two playoff games. Felt like it was going to have to be the defense that answered the call. Did you guys take that onus upon yourselves before the game, during the game? Is there a moment where it's like, hey, offense obviously not going to be able to score 50 today. It can be us. You guys get a blocked punt for a touchdown. You make crucial plays whenever you had to have stops. Is that happening during the game? You guys are having that chat saying we can win this, or is that the mindset of the defense for the entirety of the season?
Yeah, I think a little combination of both. Those close games that we knew we were going to be, points were going to be scarce. It was going to be a lot harder to score a lot of points versus, great teams like this. And then we kind of knew at halftime going into that third quarter, it was just going to be a war and that we need to, tighten down. And when it came down the stretch, we're going to have to make some plays. We're going to have to put some points on the board for us. We're going to have to eliminate, a lot of their points. So, obviously, Miami was a great offense. Their O-line was great, and they have, guys all over the field that are going to play on Sunday. So we knew that we were going to have to really lock in for the last couple possessions. And I'm glad my guy Jamari Sharp was able to get that pick to seal it.
Him taking off his helmet was spectacular. We were right there. We were standing. Did you see us? Do you not see anybody? Can you guys know that we're there? It feels like we are a bit distracting. It does. Now that I'm looking back on it. I mean, Connor's, when that kid misses that 50-yard field goal,
yeah.
Connor's in the end zone going like this right next to the ref with his Adidas jumpsuit on. And when Sharp gets that pick, he runs 2 yards in front of us, basically. And I see him contemplating on taking off the helmet. Mm-hmm. And then you see the moment where he goes, fuck it. Yep. Won the national championship in my hometown. Can you talk about that moment and what you guys did and what you guys said immediately after this, knowing that you guys just won the national championship in Miami Stadium?
Yeah, first, I spotted you early with the jacket on, so I was able to see you behind the goal post. But, just seeing Sharp go up and get it, that's a guy that he's just as humble as ever. I'm so happy he was able to do that in, his hometown against his home team. And then once he did it, it was kind of just like disbelief. I think if you would have told me 2 years ago, transferring from JMU to here, that we were going to go win a national championship, it would have been hard to believe. But just an unbelievable feeling. These guys, it was an emotional moment for, everybody involved. And then we finally got Sig to, crack a smile for longer than 5 seconds. So that was good to see.
Yeah, and it seems like he's still a little joyful. He's gonna have a busy couple days here. With the state of college football, he's got a busy couple months. Actually, we're just right back in it for Sig with the way college football is. Tell me about his demeanor a little bit and how you guys feel about him, because we love it, obviously, outside looking in. We don't have to play for him. But it feels like he is an accountability-driven coach, but he isn't an asshole, it sounds like. So how does he kind of balance it, and why do you think the outside world is saying he might be the greatest coach in ball, and do you agree with that particular sentiment?
100% agree with that. Sig does a great job, not only with this, the football details when it comes down to schematics, practice scheduling, everything like that. But I think the way he communicates, he'll get on you quick. He'll be yelling. He'll say something to you to kind of get you to kind of check your temperature a little bit. But right after, he's going to come back with a smile and a wink. So he knows the way he communicates and operates. It's all out of love, and he just wants you to be your best. I know a lot of guys talk about it. He just demands your best and wants you to be the best out of the love, not only for the game but for you as a person. And I mean that's just Sig to a T. He just wants to win. He wants the best out of his players, and he just wants to hold more trophies up.
Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, Aiden, I've seen where some scouts have called you a supercomputer in human form. I don't know if you have heard that compliment that they have given you or not, but obviously it's a very high compliment. Like, you're speaking of what you can do as a leader on the field and seeing things and your instincts. Is that something you always had, or did you develop that over your time?
Yeah, I think it's definitely something I developed. In high school, I played quarterback, so I'm a little familiar with how some offensive things work. But then obviously getting with Coach Haynes and the coaches I've been around, it's been more so learning about football instead of here's your job, go do it. And I think that's really helped me a lot. And it's just been great to learn football, not only just the X's and O's, but what is everybody looking for from specific players and kind of what they like to do and things like that. And having Coach Haynes makes my life a lot easier.
Aiden, they said there was a milk check on you. They didn't know that blitz shake was coming, in the national championship. That was stupid. I mean, you quadruple deked them. I mean, you want glove side, then you want stick side. I mean, you were all over the place, Aiden. That was beautiful. Now, you transfer, obviously, from JMU. D-Bud has a question for you.
Yeah, but speaking of Coach Haynes, what was this game plan going against Miami, and how did it change? Because we have a perfect perspective. We can see you guys are very gap disciplined. I know Fletcher had the big run. You guys are always kind of on the same page. What was the specific game plan going against this team?
Yeah, first of all, we just had to stop the run. Their O-line is huge. They do a great job, getting people off the ball. And then the running backs were elite and, great weapons on the outside. So our whole plan was really just stop the run. And then when it came down to obvious passing situations, we were going to have to show a lot of disguise. We were going to have to hide a lot of blitzes. And I think that's something our defense has really been built on all year. A lot of the looks we give you, anybody can come, anybody can drop. You guys have seen Coach Haynes. He'll drop a nose guard. He'll drop a D tackle. It doesn't matter for him. He just wants to do some crazy stuff, the exotics.
Mm-hmm. Are you all right?
It's been crazy. We're good. I'm getting choked up just thinking about it.
Yeah, me too. It happens to me all the time, too, especially after, potential good times were available, the last couple of days. National championship good times. Let's talk about, amen. I heard you guys have been celebrating. You don't have to out yourself for any particular place, but can you quickly, we got 30 seconds before a hard out here on ESPN. We'll continue on digital, but can you tell us a little bit about Fernando Mendoza, the teammate? Because I love the fact that he drinks beers with the boys, let alone the fact that he's a super nerd. Can you tell us a little bit about him, the human, that the rest of us don't know?
Yeah, I mean, I think what you see in the media is really what you get with him. He's such a good person to be around. He makes everybody not only better, obviously players, but better people. He really is special. Just being around him, I mean, the dude's hilarious. I would love for everybody to just have a conversation with him at some point instead of just hearing him speak in the media. The dude is funny. He cares about everybody. He will do anything to learn everybody's name. I'm pretty sure there's a story that everybody's walking in for a team meeting one day, and his little brother has the roster up, so Fernando can look at the person and say their name to him, just so they think okay, he already learned my name. So that's just the type of guy he is.
Special stuff. We continue digitally. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Hey, you nailed that. Holy fuck.
Wow.
Yeah. That's a supercomputer. You saw the countdown? You saw the countdown on the screen there?
Yep. I was working on it. I saw the 20 seconds. I was like, dude, I got to speed it up a little bit. I got to get going.
Yeah, but you chose to tell a story there. Yeah. That was a good decision because some people panic. I think NFL people should be looking at what just happened there.
Impressive.
With
Composure right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And also forecasting. What's a good story that I can get in this short amount of time that is kind of on the same note that I'm telling? I mean, the catalog of shit that you had to cipher through there, pretty good. Because could have won, what he did at Kilroy's with the boys. Mm-hmm. Could have done as he sunk the biz at Knicks. Could he done that? Hey, we were potentially at 11 the other night. He did this. Instead, not the right story, not the right time. What's a good one that I can tell quickly? Oh, the gimmick with his brother holding the roster. Bang, then he make decisions.
Personal one, there it is.
Yeah, that was good. Hey, Aiden, that was That was good. That
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. You didn't choke all over yourself. But on that note, you said he's hilarious. Also incredibly hardworking. Was that your guys' culture, you think? And that's just like the only guys that come to Indiana? And will that be able to maintain? We saw a lot of turnover, obviously, from last year to this year. We're about to see that again. I mean, yourself kind of moving on. So what do you think the Indiana culture is going to be able to remain? And is that one of them? Like, you got to work your ass off while also being a human? Or kind of how do you guys balance that and think of the culture?
Yeah, honestly, I think that's what it is right there is, just guys that come in and work extremely hard. But I think even Coach Zay kind of talked about this team was so close and so special that it was like once football was over, we're going to go kick it with the boys. We're going to go do something. Like if we're just kicking it at the house, watching a game, really doing whatever. And it's just, like just be a normal person. We're cracking jokes, we're playing board games, like just doing anything like anything stupid that we can, get our hands on, like just having fun. But I think this culture in this program is kind of built on, hard workers. And I think it's going to be like that for, the rest of the time, at least for when Sig's here. But I think the guys they brought in are all guys that just want to win. You kind of look at where people have come from with the Michigan States, the TCUs, guys that are hungry to win. And I think they're kind of like-minded like the guys that are here right now.
I love to hear that, especially as somebody that lives about an hour and a half north of that place. Would like to see that place continue to have celebrations on the weekends.
Yeah.
I like that there's a little national championship celebration taking place. You choose to go and follow Sig to Indiana. They were the losingest program in the history of programs or whatever whenever you guys get over there. The recruiting pitch, I guess, was something that was either easy or hard. Not sure the exact story. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Aiden, a lot of times when we hear these coaches taking bigger jobs and guys go with them, it's always a glowing review of the player talking about, hey, this guy's, the best there is. He's going to fit in great at this new place, even if it's a level up or whatever the case may be. And I don't know if this was exactly how it was, but the phrasing was basically like when Sig was pitching you to come, he's like, I think you could be a pretty good player. Like you said something like that, which obviously isn't exactly what you'd expect for someone who went on to, be an all Big Ten linebacker a couple years ago. How did that go? And like Pat said, like, did you have any expectations when you came here? Like, were you aware that Indiana was like the losingest program in the history of Division I, or how did that entire process go?
Yeah, it was wild. I had no clue that Indiana was like the losingest program. I just knew they were in the Big Ten, and I knew kind of historically they weren't great, but I didn't know they were as bad to the degree as the most losing program. But talking to Sig when I was getting recruited here was all about stick with the development, stick with the growth of the coaches. And then we sat down and went through the schedule, one by one, and he gave me every single reason why we're going to beat this team, and this team. And we went down, 12 teams doing that. So at that point, I was pretty convinced that he was going to turn this thing around. If I could have predicted this 2 years ago, absolutely not. But, I'm glad I did. Coach Sig is the man. And it's unbelievable what he's been able to do here. It's unbelievable.
Okay, let's talk about Coach Sig a little bit more. Go ahead, Connor.
Yeah, Aiden, congrats again on the Natty. When you think about Coach Sig and even, the DC Brian Haynes, like, did they change anything at all when they went from JMU to IU? Was there any sort of philosophy or even just, demeanor, team meetings, anything like that you would say, like, yeah, JMU, those first couple of years might have been better at IU because of the change? Or was it more so, hey, everything was the same start to finish, and that's why, the continuity was the reason you guys won it all?
Yeah, outside of like schemes growing, and these coaches growing as people, and the way they've been able to level up what they do, everything's been the exact same, which is crazy to me. Like team meetings are always the same. Our schedule for practice is the exact same it's been since I got to college as a freshman. Like little tweaks here and there, but like other than that, it's been identical all 4 years. So like, even coming here, like they're like, so how was practice look? Do you think he's going to change it at all? I was like, no, Thursdays are going to be red zone, Wednesday, third down, like giving them the whole rundown, and nothing has changed about it in 4 years, which is crazy.
He's been giving a lot of speeches about his philosophies. I mean, maybe not a lot of them, but every one of his speeches that he's given publicly about philosophies have been ripped, clipped, and posted in like leadership councils and business councils, like, hey, this is how this guy thinks. And a lot of it revolves around like being efficient, I think, like most of his quotes.
Yeah, like my practice is really quick. Team meetings, 4 or 5 minutes or less. If it's over an hour, I'm wasting somebody's time. Don't want to waste the kids' time. Don't want to waste my time. I like to be quick and efficient with every single second I have.
Is that accurate? Is that what is actually happening inside the building from what he is saying in these speeches that go very viral and being like, this guy gets what 2026 is maybe more than anybody?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I mean, we are in and out with practice, team meetings. He comes in, he gives us the all right, and then he starts and maybe 5 minutes and he's out. So everything is just so efficient and quick here. He just values your time, and I think a lot of players are really appreciative of it.
Okay, so it appears, this is good. We're sorry, we're just trying to learn as much as we can about this thing that is Cignetti, because boy, what an insane run from whenever we were at JMU. And he goes, do we like the NCAA? And they just boo they boo it. It's like, this guy has now become the person that, like, in my world, like, billionaire business people are like, hey, what is the story about this guy? And we just so happen to have known him for a few years. So I think everybody's kind of learning about him as we go right here. He delegates a lot of the communication with the players to his assistant coaches. Is he talking to you? Like, how does he kind of manage that? Because we'll see the timeouts on the field and him smiling, shouting out his dad too, rest in peace, Frank, and who was a football coach. Definitely what he's doing right there. God, Jesus, everything. And also his dad saying, hell yeah, massive smile. Then the Gatorade bath that he's been waiting for, his whole life. Right? Yeah. I mean, that is legitimately what that is. That's a special moment. But how is that whole process with Sig? Like, does he coach you directly? Does he coach his coaches? Like, because the timeouts, he's standing there looking, we don't know where he's looking. No. We've seen it every game.
Into the void. He's
looking either at the stands, he's listening to something, we don't know what he is doing. He's got good pose. Obviously, the face is what it is at the time, but the huddle's behind him. He's not, like, interjecting himself in there unless it's, wait, we're not kicking a field goal, we're going for it, or something comes upon him. How does the day-to-day go? It's the coaches, it's him. What is your relationship with him, if that makes sense?
Yeah, most of the time, it's really just the assistant coaches are kind of giving us the day-to-day stuff. Sig will do the team meetings, and he'll kind of give us the rundown of the day. He'll break down the opponent a little bit, but it's mostly our assistant coach is kind of going through the thing. And then during games, he'll, like, timeouts or TV timeouts or anything, he'll kind of come up and give us the situation. Even when we were in this last game, it was, this is the situation you're in. This is how many plays that they can probably run, including timeouts. And then he just kind of gives the rundown. But I think the, play-to-play, everyday coaching is more so, Coach Haynes, Shanahan, and then the assistants as well.
What are your thoughts on the Paisan's eyebrow that he drops on a lot of things? Is that every day of practice as well, or just in the games?
Oh, it's every day. I think it's hilarious. I think Fernando does it the best.
See, that's what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. Fernando's a dude. Sounds like Fernando's a
dude.
He is, yeah, okay, good. All right, last question. Let's talk a little bit more about ball and what you have planned. Go ahead, AQ.
Congrats again on the national championship. I know we're going to have to turn the page like we always do in football. Celebrate quick, move on quicker, right? And so what are your plans as far as training, all-star games, moving into the NFL draft?
Yeah, I'll be starting training next week. I'll be down in Fort Lauderdale training Bomberitos.
Hell yeah.
And then, taking it from there. We'll kind of see how it goes. I'm excited for it.
No exploding trees down there, I don't think.
No, it'll be all right.
It was cold. Hey, that was not like a warm national championship, though. It felt like it was perfect for ball.
Exactly. Yeah, you had a little breeze going, too. Roof open. It was nice.
How was the grass? Slick? No, not slick.
No, it was good. Compare the grass that we played on a couple weeks ago, and this grass was great.
The Rose Bowl.
Oh, yeah. We were sliding everywhere.
You guys demolished Alabama, man. That flight back had to be spectacular. I couldn't even fathom.
Oh, it was a good time. It was a good time.
I mean, because Alabama, obviously you played at JMU, but, like, throughout all of our lives, yourself included, you're younger than us, so it's like Bama. People in other conferences were like, we want Bama. Like, that was always the statement. And you guys being counted out, underappreciated all year. I was very lucky that I saw you guys on a regular basis because I live here. So, like, that Oregon prediction, I've never been more sure of something in my life. Whenever I picked you guys to beat Oregon, it's like,
dude, that was sick.
Hey, thank you for winning, dude. That was a big fucking deal for me, too. Obviously, for you guys, it's good, but these people in the college football world, some of them hate my guts. So when I get something like that right, it is
Hey, and way to stick with us this past week, and you were the only one, so we appreciate that.
Okay, when do you see that? Afterwards? Before the game? When
Yeah,
is that?
afterwards.
Afterwards, yeah, because that's
Yeah.
happening right before kickoff, basically. So you guys don't know until afterwards. The Oregon one that you guys
Yeah.
saw before the game.
I think some of us did see it before the game because that was the later slate, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a 3:30 kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got to see that one. Yeah.
Okay, because they talk about how much motivation this generation, your generation, uses from this shit. How much outside noise do you guys like kind of accrue and utilize as motivation?
Shoot, in this program, not a lot. A lot of these guys don't even have social media, but seeing things like that, just when you turn the TV on, that's pretty cool and get you motivated a little bit.
Yeah, I think Saban says this generation more so than any generation in the history. If they can build up any disrespect, it's like, let's find it as much as we can.
Oh, yeah, we'll find it.
Sig says, don't need it. Yeah. Here's disrespect. We've never fucking won a national championship. Okay, his school had 2,000 people in the stands last year. Let's fucking keep this thing going. Congrats on turning around Indiana. We appreciate you coming out here and doing that for the state, and enjoy the hell out of this national championship celebration.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for having me on today. It's been awesome.
What are you weighing? What are your dims right now?
I'm like 235, solid.
How tall?
6'1".
That's not bad.
No. Perfect.
Not bad.
Perfect.
It's a perfect height.
What's your projected run? You don't have to give like an exact, but you'll run not embarrassing, right?
I don't think I'll embarrass myself out there. I think I'll be all right.
Yeah, and then the fucking, I'm going to hit a 6 for a sack in the backfield. Let's go, Aiden, the computer. Let's go get the
Absolutely.
computer.
Appreciate you guys, man.
You too, ladies and gentlemen. Aiden Fisher.
Yeah.
Why did he say he's not going to embarrass himself running? That would be the question, right?
Yeah.
Just natural. Look at him.
Those rookie, that's why you always talk about the rookie wall and how long the rookie, just got off a natty, going down to Florida, start training next week. Combines are what, a month?
Yeah.
Training's not easy for
Yeah.
you. That's like some of your hardest training of your life.
Oh, yeah.
This life goal is about to happen right here.
Oh yeah, you're trying to get your body obviously in the best shape because you know how they're going to pick you apart at the combine. Whatever injuries, which we all get injured, especially if you're going through a 16-game season, which is insane. And then you try to get a little faster. You're trying to shave off, whatever tenths or hundredths off your 40-yard dash and all the different, 225, all the different shit. And then you got to go and actually learn the playbook, try to get on the field. Probably play some special teams. It's
Never done that before in your life. Got to figure that out.
Although at IU,
Yeah, in this program.
there's a chance he did.
That's crazy to me. I mean, Charlie Becker, we thought he was bad spot. Thank God he wasn't for Indiana.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Played his best ball after that game.
I wonder if they gave him something because he looked like that was not good. And maybe it was his fear of what it could be more so than actual injury of what it was. Because sometimes something feels real bad and they're like, oh no. And then you get to the sideline and it kind of all figures itself out, which is probably what happened here. But Charlie Becker ends up getting obviously a 4th down catch and a later 3rd down catch, does a celebration, just does contested catches, which is what he's been doing since November. Tone, is that the date? What was the date? November 1st? He only had 7 catches, I think, on the entirety of the season. Is that accurate?
Yeah, it was. And then he obviously, when Surratt got hurt for those couple games, he had 100 yards in each of those games, and it was like, oh, this is a guy. We need to go at him every single game.
Is he coming back?
Yeah, he's a true sophomore. He'll be back.
And then they got wide receiver from Michigan State who's really good, right?
Yep.
Very good.
Yep, Nick Marsh. And then they also got a kid from Tulane who's really good at wideout. And then Cooper was an outside guy last year. He moved in the slot this year because their projected starting slot got hurt early in the year. So they'll be fine at the wideout position.
Oh, Cooper's back?
No. I'm saying the guy who Cooper moved into the slot for was hurt all year. He'll be back. Cooper, I think he is a redshirt junior, I think, so he could be back, but I think a lot of people are expecting him to go.
He felt like a Sunday guy the way he runs his routes, catches. Had a little nuke to him. Had a little D-hop to him the way he was moving. I really appreciated the way Coop played. I like it. And then Surratt, I mean, he just makes back
I like him.
shoulder-
It's unbelievable.
He's outrageous.
Yeah.
Indiana.
Noah Kowski, don't sleep on him. That dude's
Touchdown.
valuable.
Yeah.
Touchdown at handoff, touchdown in the national championship for 1 yard. He was in motion in the Rose Bowl and the Peach Bowl like 65% of the plays. Not a lot in the national championship of Noah Kowski motion.
No.
I wonder why. Would that have mattered, I guess?
Mix it up.
Switch it up. Cooper Jr. had some big plays in motion.
Yeah, he did.
Big conversions. He's their best separator. Like, he'll create separation with the guys. The other guys, they're just going to go up and make tough grabs.
Alec Pierce.
I can't wait for that play because I've never seen that in the NFL where they send the guy in motion, make it look like it's going to be like a tush push, and then he basically helps the center on the combo. So C85 or 65, whoever that is in motion. Yeah, that's actually their starting left tackle that they put in motion. He goes behind, and then it ends up being like a 3-on-1 double team essentially.
What's it in the
Right,
middle?
there
A
you go.
duo?
Yeah, that's basically duo. It's just a quick inside dive. So it's duo blocking, but it's just a quick handoff.
I dropped a duo during the national championship. Was I accurate? Do you know?
Yeah, you were.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So I think that's a duo right there because it was center and guard.
Yep.